Hey everybody, happy Labor Day! I've got plans tonight, so we're going to need to make this quick. Hey everybody, welcome to week 4. My name is Brian Baker, you already know that. What can I say? This is going to be a pretty standard week for us. Let's start with the reading. We're going to be looking at Chapter 4. Chapter 4 is all about application software. Definition of application software is that it's software that allows you to do something that you need or want to do. Microsoft Office, form of application software. Angry Birds, form of application software. It's something you might want to do, kill pigs with birds. Whatever it is, it's something that's there for your enjoyment or for your productivity, as opposed to system software, which we'll talk about next week, which is just about keeping your machine up and running. As usual, there is a lecture talking about trends in application software from yours truly, as well as a quiz on Chapter 4. Now, our discussion for this week is super light and easy, which I like because, quite frankly, the last couple weeks have been a little esoteric, a little bit politically charged, and kind of a minefield. So I'm really glad that this week it's going to be super light. It's essentially show and tell. It's an app show and tell. I want you to talk about 2 apps in your life. One that you have found indispensable, something that is just useful. It's something you use maybe every day, every week, but it's something that you've just found to be really productive for you. Could be Evernote, could be some sort of an office application, could be Things, which is a to-do organizer. Don't do any of those, right? Just choose something that you have found useful for your life. Maybe it's something for a hobby that you do, maybe it's just something you enjoy, but you found it indispensable. The idea here is it doesn't have to be flashy, but should be useful. I think I've said that word about 15 times, so I'm going to stop saying it. The second one I want you to share is something that you just found to be interesting, cool, clever. I can remember, was it Word Lens was one where you could actually take your camera, hold it up to any sign or any words that had been printed in a language, and it would take that color, that font, and shift it, and you would actually see it in your language. That was an incredibly neat application that I used in demos and never in the real world because, how often do I travel, right? But regardless, this is something that's not necessarily useful. It's just something that you found to be fun, clever, or interesting. Games would be a great choice, something that's just, it's hey, I don't need to use this in my day-to-day life, but this game was a lot of fun, and you should check it out, whatever it is, right? But something that's just fun, clever, interesting, yada, yada. So those are the 2 apps I want you to share. Then when you're replying, essentially just reply to somebody who posted something you found interesting, oh, hey, I think I could actually use that. That sounds like a really great to-do app. My to-do app stinks, or maybe, hey, that game sounds fun, or that app sounds really cool, or hey, boy, that whole Tinder thing sounds really interesting to me. I mean, just keep it PG because it's a college, but still, well, I guess college doesn't really mean a whole lot, but you're adults. Still, keep it, PG-13. Point being, share some apps and carry on a discussion. Just show and tell. College style. And lastly, we are continuing with Word Chapter 3, or Word Lab 3, depending on the language. Your simulated training on Word, the 3rd one, is this coming up this week, which means that we are past the halfway point on Word. Next week will be Word Chapter 4, and then after that, the practical exam on Word. Don't worry about it. We'll talk about it when it gets there, but for right now, Word Chapter 3. At this point, you should hopefully be learning some new skills in Word, stuff you have not used before. I hope that's the case. Otherwise, this whole first part of the class is pretty much a waste for you. And that's it. I told you this week was going to be pretty bog standard. Chapter reading, quiz, lecture video, discussion, lab. It's pretty straightforward. So if you have any questions, send me an email or send me just a message through Canvas. And I will see you online.